If you're watching this after midnight, turn it off. Right now, I'm serious. What I'm about to tell you about Channel 13 will change how you see your television forever. 3 weeks ago, my girlfriend, Emily, disappeared while watching TV at exactly 12:03 a.m. The police found her apartment empty, door locked from the inside, TV still on, remote in her hand. But Emily, gone, no signs of struggle, no forced entry, just gone. And on the screen, a channel that doesn't exist, Channel 13. The one that only broadcasts after midnight. The one that watches you back. I found her recordings, I decoded her notes. And last night, I made the worst mistake of my life. I tuned in, now I understand. Now I know. And I have 48 hours before they come for me too. This is everything I discovered. This is my warning. Because if you've ever stumbled onto Channel 13 after midnight, if you've ever watched that static resolve into something that shouldn't exist, if you've ever felt your TV watching you when you thought you were alone, you're already on their list, and they're coming. My name is David Park, 29 years old, video game developer in Seattle. My girlfriend Emily was a film studies graduate student, obsessed with obscure media, lost television broadcasts, forgotten channels. She collected old TVs, analog sets from the 80s and 90s, said they picked up signals digital TVs couldn't detect. Our apartment looked like a retro electronics store. CRT monitors everywhere, rabbit ear antennas, VHS players, the whole aesthetic. I thought it was quirky, charming. Now I realized she was researching something. 3 months ago, Emily started acting strange. She'd stay up until 3 a.m. watching static on her oldest TV set. This massive Sony Trinitron from 1987. When I asked what she was doing, she'd say she was waiting for something. A signal, a broadcast. She said there was a channel that only appeared after midnight, only on analog TVs, only if you were alone. Channel 13. But there is no Channel 13 in Seattle. Our cable goes from 12 to 14. 13 is skipped, always has been. Like building 13th floors. Superstition. I laughed it off. Told her she was spending too much time on conspiracy forums. She showed me her research. Printed articles from the 1950s about families reporting strange broadcasts late at night, children watching programs that left them, catatonic, adults disappearing, after extended viewing, all connected to Channel 13. Every city has a missing channel. New York skips 9, LA skips 6, Chicago skips 21. Different numbers, same pattern. The skip channels aren't empty, they're occupied. Emily had spreadsheets, timelines, missing. Persons reports, correlated with antenna television, ownership. The data was compelling, but I still didn't believe. Not until she showed me the video. 2 weeks before she disappeared, Emily set up cameras pointed at her TV, infrared, night vision, the works. She recorded 72 hours of continuous footage. Most of it was static, but at exactly midnight on the third night, the static changed. It didn't resolve into a clear picture. It was more like shapes moving. Behind the static, silhouettes, figures that seemed to press against the screen from the inside. And then a voice, distorted, wrong, speaking in reverse. Emily had played it backwards, cleaned up the audio. The voice said her name, Emily Chen, we see you. Keep watching, we're almost through. The timestamp showed 12:03 am. The next frame was black. Camera stopped recording. When she checked the TV the next morning, there was a handprint on the screen. From the inside, pressed against the glass like someone trying to get out. Or in. I wanted her to stop. Throw out the TVs, move apartments. She refused, said she was close to understanding that they'd been trying to communicate, that Channel 13 wasn't a broadcast. It was a doorway, and something was trying to open it. The night she disappeared, I was at a work conference in Portland. She texted me at 11:45 p.m. It's happening. Channel 13 is clearer than ever. I can almost see them now. I think they're beautiful. David, I think they want to show me something. I called immediately. No answer. Called again. Straight to voicemail. I drove back that night. 5-hour drive done in 3.5. Broke every speed limit. Got to our apartment at 3:15 a.m. Door locked. I used my key. Emily's laptop was open. Camera still recording. TV on. Displaying static. But the apartment was empty. Her phone on the couch. Wallet, keys, shoes by the door. Like she'd simply evaporated. The TV was tuned to Channel 13, and as I stood there, the static began to clear. I saw shapes, movement, and then I saw her, Emily, inside the TV, pressed against the screen, from the other side, mouth open like she was screaming, but no sound came out. Her hand against the glass, that same handprint. She was trapped in there. I reached for the screen and she pulled back suddenly, yanked into the static by something I couldn't see, something with too many arms. The TV went dead. Black screen. When I turned it back on, normal channels. Channel 13 was gone. I called the police. They searched for 3 days. Found nothing, no evidence of foul play, no signs of break-in. Emily was listed as a missing person. They suggested she'd left voluntarily, started a new life somewhere. Maybe had a mental health crisis. I knew better. I kept her research, her recordings. I spent 2 weeks going through everything. She documented 43 disappearances in Seattle over the past 30 years, all involving analog TV owners, all late night, all with the last known activity being television watching. The pattern was clear. Channel 13 appeared. People watched. People vanished. But why? What was it? Where did they go? Emily's last recordings held the answer. She'd been documenting the broadcast for weeks. Each night, Channel 13 became slightly clearer, the static thinned, the shapes became more defined, and she'd been taking screenshots. I arranged them chronologically. They told a story. The shapes weren't random, they were consistent, the same figures appearing night after night. Getting closer to the screen, closer to our world, they looked almost human. Almost. But the proportions were wrong, limbs too long, heads tilted at impossible angles, faces that seemed to shift between frames, and behind them, a place. Dark, vast, impossible architecture, rooms that bent, hallways that spiraled into nothing. It looked like a photograph negative of reality, a mirror world, and in the background of every image, people, dozens of them, standing motionless, facing the camera, facing US. I enhanced one image, zoomed in, and I recognized someone. Thomas Park, my uncle, missing since 1994.
I was 6 years old.
He disappeared from his apartment, never found. And there he was, in Channel 13, standing in that impossible place, unchanged, like time didn't exist there. I realized what Emily had discovered. Channel 13 wasn't a broadcast. It was a window, a view into somewhere else, somewhere that ran parallel to our world, and the things in that place had learned to use our televisions as bridges. They watched us, studied us, and when we watched back long enough, when we made eye contact through the static, they could pull us through. Emily hadn't just been watching, she'd been communicating, building a connection, making herself visible, and they'd reached through and taken her. I found her final entry in her research journal, written the morning of her disappearance. I finally understand. Channel 13 isn't trying to harm us. They're trapped, just like we're trapped here. They want to trade places. They've been broadcasting for decades, showing us their world, hoping someone would be brave enough to accept the invitation. Tonight at midnight, I'm going to answer. I'm going to let them through, and maybe I'll finally see what's on the other side. If you're reading this, David, don't try to find me. This is my choice, but if you want to understand, if you want to see what I saw, tune in, Channel 13, after midnight. Watch long enough and they'll show you everything. Just don't look away. Once you make eye contact, once they see you seeing them, there's no going back. I should have destroyed the TVs right then. Burned Emily's research, moved to another city. But I needed to know. I needed to see her again, even if just through static. So last night, I did exactly what she'd done. I set up the cameras. I waited until midnight. I turned on the old Sony Trinitron. I tuned it to Channel 13, and I watched. At first, nothing. Just static. White noise. I almost gave up. But at 12:03 a.m., exactly when Emily had disappeared, the static shifted. Patterns emerged. Shapes, outlines, like someone adjusting an old antenna. The picture slowly came into focus, and I saw it. The mirror world. That impossible place Emily had documented. It was real. More real than any footage could capture. The architecture was alive, breathing. Walls that pulsed. Floors that rippled like water but held weight. Hallways that extended forever and looped back on themselves. Geometry that hurt to comprehend. And the figures, dozens of them now, standing in formation, facing the screen, facing me. They were humanoid but wrong, skin too smooth, eyes too large and completely black, mouths that didn't quite close properly. And their movements. They didn't walk. They glided, shifted positions between blinks. Closer each time I looked away and back. In the center of the group stood Emily, or what looked like Emily. Same face, same hair, same clothing she'd been wearing the night she disappeared. But her eyes were black now, like theirs. And when she smiled, there were too many teeth. She raised one hand, placed it against the screen from her side. I heard my name, not through speakers, through the glass, vibrating. David, you came. I knew you would. It's beautiful here, David. Time doesn't exist. Pain doesn't exist. We're free. Don't you want to be free too? I tried to turn away. Couldn't. My eyes were locked on the screen, on her. They're not monsters, David. They're refugees. Their world collapsed, folded in on itself. Only a few escaped into the static, into the spaces between channels. They've been looking for a new home, and our world is perfect, but they need help. They need us to invite them through. That's why they broadcast. That's why they show themselves. It was just left open, and something found it. Something from that mirror world that Frederick Walsh had accidentally let through. They'd been using Channel 13 as a viewing portal ever since, watching US, learning, waiting, and every few years someone would tune in, someone curious, someone alone, and the connection would be made. Emily wasn't the first. She won't be the last. I found a survivors forum, people who tuned into their city's skipped channel, watched the broadcast, seen the mirror world, but managed to resist, to turn away before being pulled through. There are 12 of us, scattered across the country, all carrying the same burden. We know, we saw, and we can never see. They told me the rules, the things Emily never wrote down, the things she learned too late. Rule 1, never watch alone. They can only take you if no one else is present. Rule 2, never watch for more than 5 minutes. The longer you watch, the stronger the connection. Rule 3, never respond. If they say your name, if they show you someone you love, don't acknowledge it. Rule 4, never watch the same screen twice. Once you've made contact through one device, they're in it permanently. Rule 5, if you feel them watching you through your screens, destroy the screens immediately. Don't hesitate. But there's a Rule 6 that no one talks about. A final warning. Once you've seen Channel 13, once you've made eye contact with what's on the other side, you have a countdown, 48 hours. 2 days, that's how long you have before they stop asking for permission, before they simply take you. It doesn't matter how many screens you destroy. They're not in the screens anymore. They're in your head, in your memory of them. And that's a connection that can't be severed. Emily disappeared at 12:03 a.m. on a Tuesday. I tuned in at 12:03 a.m. last night. It's now Thursday, 11:30 p.m. I have 33 minutes left. I'm recording this in an internet cafe, using their computer, one that I've never touched before, one that they hopefully haven't infected yet. When I finish, I'll destroy this computer too. Run again. Keep running. Maybe it'll buy me time. Maybe it won't. But you need to know. You need to understand. Channel 13 isn't unique. Every city has one. The skipped channel. The frequency that doesn't exist. And they're all connected. All windows into that same mirror world. That collapsing dimension looking for a way out. They've been broadcasting for 70 years. Thousands of people have tuned in. Hundreds have been taken. And with each person they take, they get stronger, more present in our world, more able to reach through. Emily thought she was making first contact. She wasn't. She was just the latest in a long line, and I'm about to become the next. I can feel them now, behind me, in every reflection, every shadow, every dark corner. They're not in the screens anymore. They're here, in the room. I can't see them directly, but I can see their effect. Shadows moving wrong, air getting colder, that static sound building in my ears. I don't have much time, maybe minutes. So here's what you need to do. Check your TV settings. Make sure Channel 13 is blocked, not just unselected, blocked. If you have old analog TVs, destroy them. Don't donate, don't sell, destroy. If you've ever woken up to find your TV on in the middle of the night, tune to static, move, don't pack. Don't take anything electronic. Just leave. If you see Channel 13 appear on your screen, even for a second, close your eyes. Turn away. Destroy the device immediately, and if you've already watched, if you've made eye contact with what's on the other side, if you've heard them say your name, you have 48 hours. Tell everyone you love. Make peace. And whatever you do, don't watch alone. Don't let them take you without witnesses, because if no one sees you vanish, if no one knows to look in Channel 13, you'll be trapped in that mirror world forever. Like Emily, like my uncle, like the hundreds of others standing in that impossible place, faces pressed against the static, trying to scream but making no sound. I wish I'd believed her sooner. I wish I'd destroyed those TVs when I had the chance. I wish I'd never tuned in, but it's too late for me now. They're here. I can feel their hands on my Shoulders cold, too many fingers. Screen in front of me is starting to show. Static. Even though it's displaying this document, the static is bleeding through, overlaying the text. I can see shapes forming. Emily reaching toward me, smiling with too many teeth. The other survivors warned me, told me what happens at the end. You don't just disappear, you go willingly, because in those final moments, they show you what you want to see. They promise you everything, and you believe them. I see it now. The mirror world. But it doesn't look terrifying anymore. It looks like home. Emily's there. Uncle Thomas. Everyone I've lost, and they're happy. They want me to join them. The static is so loud now, but underneath, I hear music, beautiful, hypnotic. My hands are moving on their own. Closing this document, opening a video player, searching for Channel 13. I don't want to, but I can't stop. They're in my head now, in my thoughts, making me want to watch, making me need to see, making me believe that going through is the only way to find peace. And maybe they're right. Maybe it's not so bad on the other side. Maybe Emily knew something I don't. Maybe I should just accept. The clock says 11:58 p.m. 4 minutes until midnight. 4 minutes until 12:03. 48 hours since I watched. Time's up. If you're reading this, it's already too late for me. But not for you. Don't make my mistake. Don't tune in. Don't watch. And whatever you do, never ever watch television alone after midnight, because Channel 13 is always broadcasting, always watching, always waiting, and if you look for it, it will find you. The screen is pure static now. I can see Emily clearly. She's reaching through. Her hand is cold, but I'm not scared anymore. I'm ready. I'm going to take her hand. I'm going to step through. I'm going to see what's on the other... Wait, someone's at the door, knocking, but no one knows I'm here. How? Did they find? It's not the door. It's coming from the screen. They're knocking from inside, asking for permission, asking me to let them through, and God help me. I'm reaching for the yes button. Emily, if you ever find this recording, if you ever find this message, don't watch. Channel 13, don't look for me. Just run. Just forget. Just live your life. They're here, there. Coming through the screen is breaking. Their hands are so cold. So many hands. Oh God, there are so many of them. They're not alone. There are thousands in there. Thousands trying to get through. And I'm the doorway there. Using me to Emily. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have looked. I shouldn't have. Static. Channel 13, thanks you for watching. Please stand by. More programming to follow. Always watching. Always waiting. Always broadcasting. Tune in tomorrow. Same time, same station. We'll be waiting for you.